Okay, so let's start. So my name is Igor, and I'm working for the company Exasol. It is a database management system. Probably you did not hear about it before because it is pretty popular just in small community. And according to many benchmarks, it is probably the fastest database management, relational database management system in the world. But today, I want to talk not about how you can analyze the data as quickly as possible, but how you can access data as quickly as possible as a user. And for me, the best tool for that is a terminal. So in my opinion, terminal is the best tool to work with the data. So actually, we have everything we need in terminal. So every possible tool that we want to use, we have in terminal. So it is, I don't know, editors, it is interpreters, it is messaging clients, it is email clients, and so on and so on and so on. So actually, we can do everything in terminal. And the only thing that we cannot do in terminal currently, or it is not really satisfying experience, it is web browsing. So if you want, as soon as we want to look up something on Stack Overflow, for example, or just check the weather or whatever, we have to switch into the browser and open the site and read it. Of course, I know that such things as links, e-links, and so on, so console browsers do exist. But for me, it is not a satisfying experience. And I think that the real problem here is that actually terminal is a browser already. And if you are in terminal, it is not so really natural to start another browser inside it. So you already have a browser, it is your terminal. And your prompt is your location bar. That is why this concept of console browsers, of links and so on, doesn't really work. And so I thought, okay, is it possible, or could it be possible to create such a website that could be accessible directly from the terminal without any additional means? So just start something and go through it. And so that is how this website was created, a web service. It is weather.in. By means of it, I don't know if you used this service before, or if you, yeah, I see, yeah, okay, perfect. So by means of it, you can get weather information for your current location or for any other location in the world without leaving your terminal. So you don't need to start a browser. So that is how it works. So you just write curl weather in, I don't know where am I currently, okay. I don't know, oh, it works. So it is Germany something because I use my smartphone for internet and I'm in roaming, and that is why it is Germany. But if you write, say, you want to know whether in Riga, you write it in the URL, whether in Riga. I added these two options, 2n, because of the font size. As a 2, it means I want to have data only for 2 days, and n narrow version, so that it fits this size. And okay, that is Riga. So you can, if you have laptops, if you have internet access, you can just start your terminal and try to do some URL, whether in, and then location name. But it was the first one, and this site became pretty popular. I will tell more about it a little bit later. But it is not the only one. So the next one is this, QR code. It is, for me, QR code is fastest as the most, so the easiest method to bring text from your console, from your terminal on your smartphone. So of course, you can send it over some messaging client or whatever, but for that, you need to have it configured on some machine where you are currently. And the better method is to convert some text into QR code. But of course, you have to have some tool for that. And if you don't have it, it is, again, this problem. So you have to configure your computer for that. And could it be possible to do it just in time? Yeah. You just do curl encode, and then PerlCon, say this, yeah, for example. And it is converted automatically. You can convert not only small text, you can convert blocks of text, you can convert files and everything you want. Of course, you shouldn't convert some sensitive information with it because it is a public service. service, but you can install your own copy of it and use it inside your environment. So that is how it works for short text. That is how it works for long text. Next one, this. So, no, wait. I just wait. I will tell you more about it. Rate.6. It is conversion rate for cryptocurrencies. So you can say, okay, it is Bitcoin price for the last day, but you can specify any interval you want. I'll say 2 weeks, for example. Yeah, and it is Bitcoin price for 2 weeks, or let us specify it for 20 weeks. Okay, and it is for 20 weeks. So what do you see here? First of all, you can display your plots in terminal pretty easy without any problems at all. So we abuse Braille here. But it works. You see, it works. So these dots are really small. They are much smaller than digits. Yeah, and it works. The second thing, you can access data really easily. So look, we have immediately specified what interval we want to have. It was 2 days or 2 weeks, and then 20 weeks. And in, I don't know, in 30 milliseconds or maybe 100 milliseconds, we already had this information. Of course, we can use the same method not only for Bitcoin prices or Ethereum prices or whatever. By the way, you can get any cryptocurrency price with this site. But you can visualize any data. For example, traffic over some interface or whatever, directly in your console. And you don't really need browser for that. So many people think, okay, I need browser to visualize data. No, not really. Let's go further. Okay, and this one, that is my favorite one. It is what I use instead of Stack Overflow. Actually, not instead, but it is some terminal adapter for Stack Overflow. So I can search Stack Overflow, not only Stack Overflow, many GitHub repositories and so on, directly from my terminal. So I can just write queries. So say curl cheat.sh, and then programming language. So for example, what language? Okay, Perl. And then I don't know what, read JSON, for example. How do I read JSON? And okay, that is how I read JSON. I can switch comments off, and I will get the code, only the code. Okay, some comments are still there, but it is okay. That is how it works. Okay, JSON. What about, I don't know, well, YAML, for example. How do I read YAML? Okay, that is how I read YAML. How can I don't know, slice hash? So just some crazy, or not so crazy queries. Okay, that is how I slice hash. And yeah, and if we don't switch comments off, you see the source of this answer. So in this case, it was Stack Overflow question this license, yeah, and that was the author of the answer. But you can specify additional parameters that say, okay, I want to have, so say 5 answers. So I want to have 5 questions or whatever. So you can specify additional parameters to search this information, to go this information through. And not only Stack Overflow is attached to this service, also Rosetta code, for example. I don't know how many of you used this service before. It is some collection of various implementations of various algorithms in all programming languages of the world. So I don't know how many it is, maybe 200 or something like that. And you can just specify what algorithm you want to have and in what language. So for example, I don't know, Perl again, Rosetta, and then list. And you will get list of these Rosetta algorithms. Yeah, you see it. And for every language. Okay. Now, and very important option or very important feature of this service is that it is attached, or it has plugins for various editors. So you can access it directly from Vim, from what editors? Okay. Okay, Emacs, of course, Emacs, and then Sublime or Atom or Visual Code, even Visual Code, and so on and so on. So really, you just write your query directly in this editor. So for example, how do I convert JSON into file, or save JSON file, or serialize JSON, or whatever, in your current programming language, because the plugin knows what program you are currently writing, in what language, yeah, and it gives you an answer. So how exactly does it work? And you can copy-paste code as quickly as possible. Okay. It is, so originally it was just proof of concepts. So the sites that I created, these services, they were just proof of concept. I just wanted to demonstrate that it is possible to use terminal instead of the browser. But they became pretty popular. I was really surprised with it, and still surprised. And I cannot explain it somehow except that this method really works because people want to use terminal. So for example, weather.in, it has currently 7,000 stars on GitHub. It has, so according to Nginx logs, I see that it has more than 2 million queries daily. And it is pretty high load for just the proof of concept site that was written in a couple of days, and it has no promotion, no advertisement at all. And people just use it. Cheat.sh is even more popular. It has, I don't know, 15,000 or something like that stars on GitHub. And as I said, it is not because of the services are so cool, or at least not because of that, but because of the approach. I think that people want to use terminal because it is just natural for people to use terminal. It is better than browser in many cases. Really. Okay, next question. How hard is it to create services like that? How hard is it? Of course, we understand that we can just write every service from scratch, but there is a better way for that. So actually, I created two things that can make this task really possible, or not really possible, really easy. So first of all, it is Curator. It is, so to say, framework that converts any Unix, Linux terminal program into such service. So you can just wrap anything you want. So if it doesn't matter what exactly, works in terminal, you can convert it into such service and expose it to web. And what is even better, you can convert existing APIs that provide structured data into such services. So you can just visualize the data you want. So let us see something. Okay, it is about correlator. I think it was this. Yeah, exactly. Okay, but let us start from this. Yeah, it is weather information for Riga. So for current situation, or for several days, for today, tomorrow. And that is how it looks like when you visualize it. Wait. It is just a small template that was rendered just in time. And you see the same information here. So you see, I don't know, temperature, you see rain information, you see this weather conditions, and this is daytime, nighttime with moon phases and so on. So it was just visualized. And the template was really small. So it was something about 1 kilobyte of text. It is, in this particular case, it was YAML. But actually, it doesn't matter what syntax you use. It should be just structured information. So that means that if you prefer JSON, you can use JSON. I mean, for the template. Or you can use XML, for example. Because at the end of the day, it is just structured information. And it is visualized on the fly by this Perl template rendering engine. What is even better is that it is modular. That means that you can use any existing Unix, Linux console widgets for this. And there are plenty of them. So, okay, let us check. Okay, just a couple of examples. I did not implement these widgets on my own. So just some random widgets from Unix Linux system. And you can bind them to these templates with this Merl language because it is highly modular and you can specify any existing. So how it works, so you expose some program or some widget library over this correlator as a web service, and then you can bind it with Merl into your thing. And use all of these widgets without any problems at all. As I said, it was not, so this dashboard or this widgets was not developed by me or not implemented by me. I just bound them to this template language. And as I said, there are plenty of them. What is even better is that you even don't need a server to run such service. How it works? So you can take this Merl template, convert it into a base 64 block of text, and embed this base 64 text into, so actually you need some domain name for that. Yeah, for example, weather.in. Yeah, so you embed this text as txt records and specify some of the public correlator service as a entry of this domain name. And if someone make a query to this service, the server fetch the template, renders it, and gives you information to your curl client. And of course, caching and everything is possible too. That means that for the next query, the server will not fetch this information and can give you an answer immediately. And now about Perl. Why Perl? So actually, we can use this information for structured data pretty easily because, well, we just use our template, we specify what data do we use, and that is it. But what about unstructured or semi-structured data? And we should do some parsing. We should somehow convert or somehow extract information from this unstructured data in this structured form. And in my opinion, Perl is the best language for that. So at least if you want to write small, concise code. So of course, if you want to write several pages of some good aligned code and so on, it is maybe some other I don't know language. But if you want to write short lines that can be embedded in these templates, it is Perl. Okay, I think that we have no time left. So if you want to, yeah, for questions, maybe for questions or something like that, okay. Yeah. What I want to say is the last one. So all of these things are, of course, open source. They are on GitHub, and that is my Twitter if you want to know what is going on in this area. So what we are publishing, what we are doing, and so on. So just check it out. And if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer. So thank you. It worked, yeah? Yeah, it works even better. I can show you. I don't know if it will work in this case, but let us try. So let us take this. So yeah, and convert something. I don't know what. Let us take. Maybe it is too much, but let us take at least this. So 2 lines. Let us try. I don't know. Okay. You can try to scan it. Okay? Should I do the same trick with my shadow? Okay, it works. Yeah, okay. But again, my favorite thing is this one. So just take it, check it out. I mean this cheat.sh. It has a lot of things to use. To cheat, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Oh, you have questions? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just one more question. Maybe I zoned out, but did you talk like about game plugin or something?
Yeah.
Where?
So you have just go on the Git project of this cheat.sh. Actually, it is even better method. You can curl this. Yeah. Curl cheat.sh colon vim, yeah, and you will get this link here, But you will find it also from the GitHub page of the project, yeah?
So which part is Perl 6?
Perl 6. You mean why 6? As I said, Perl 6 was the last slide for the parsing. So you mean why Perl 6 and not Perl 5?
No, I mean, where's the Perl 6 part?
Yeah, that is the last slide, the slide before the last slide. So how exactly we can parse the data? Of course, I could not show all of these things, how exactly it parsed and so on. But that is what I meant. So Perl 6 is, in my opinion, the best. If you ask why Perl 6 and not Perl 5, it is a good question. But I can explain it too. So Perl 6 is what we use for this parsing of structured data. But Perl 5 and other languages can be used also, but in my opinion, Perl 6 fits better for that, and I can explain why. Yeah.